Hey guys, it's Angie. Today I wanted to talk about a few ways that I have been reducing cost, especially during this time when a lot of people, including us, are going through some financial situation changes, and just being a little bit more conscious about or conscientious about what we're spending, where we're putting our money, because there's a lot of uncertainty right now. So a few things, I want to go over 10 things and 10 ways that we have reduced costs. They're like very painless. It's not drastic or kind of make or break, but these are things that in small ways they've really added up and helped change our financial situation. So the first thing is that we stopped paying for Amazon Prime, which sounds a little bit crazy, but when you think about it, Amazon Prime, the value from that service, they do have TV and music and things like that, but the biggest thing was the cost sensitivity. They usually would sell things that were a lot cheaper than you could find anywhere else, and the shipping was super fast, and the return policy was very generous. Well, today it's not so much the same. A lot of things have been marked up. A lot of the items are delayed because they're not considered essential items. So for us, it didn't seem as valuable as it used to be, and we're saving that $12.99 or so every month to not pay for that. And I can see us putting that money towards something else, like to a digital subscription on like a fitness workout or something like that, which we are currently not paying for, but I know that that money could be better allocated to something else. So right now we're buying things online, meeting those minimum requirements for shipping on like Sam's Club or Walmart.com, Target, Ulta. They all have free shipping options up to, like, if you spend $35. So if you kind of stockpile those things up, then you don't really have to pay an additional service for slower delivery times. You know, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, Ulta, they all do 2-day shipping now. And I could see us continuing to minimize payments on that. The other thing that I'll add before going on, not to beat a dead horse, but Amazon Prime or Amazon services also ship things either for free or for very little on a lot of their products. You actually don't have to have a Prime service to benefit from that. So the next thing that we did to reduce cost is that this is actually true for a long time now, not just for COVID. We don't pay for Hulu, Netflix, or Spotify. So we find that extra friction for having to listen to commercials or watch ads doesn't really outweigh the benefits for not having to pay for those services, because we use most of our free time to just spend time with each other, cook, do things like that. Okay, so cooking, I don't do the cooking, but I'm there and I enjoy the eating. That leads me to the next thing. So we haven't been ordering takeout at all. We don't order takeout. It's also like a cautionary thing. We've been very conservative and precautious about ordering in, and it's fine because Horton's a great cook. We get all the ingredients we need. We make fun recipes at home. I enjoy the eating. And so we save money by not ordering takeout. It reduces the cost for the tax, the tip for the delivery person, the tip for the service. It's obviously always going to be cheaper when you cook at home. And it's healthier too, because you can control the amount of salt, the amount of sugar, and you just have a better idea of what's going into your food. So the next thing that we did is that we reduced our phone bill. So I actually don't, right now I don't have a personal phone plan because I use my company phone, which they cover the monthly cost, but my husband has a phone plan, and we went ahead and reduced the data services because we're at home all the time. There's no need to have data plan when we have high-speed internet access. So he just stays on the Wi-Fi all the time as per usual, and there's no experience in the delay. or of services. One thing that you can do if you're a little bit concerned about the situation is to check your data usage. Most plans and for most levels of comfort, you just want to go with unlimited everything. You don't want to be overcharged or whatever. You just go unlimited everything. We noticed even since last year, going into November, December 2019, he had never exceeded 10 gigabytes of high-speed data, only going up to like 8 at the most. And so there was no need for us to do unlimited high-speed data, so we would reduce this plan to like 2 speeds of high-speed data, because now we're at home and we can see that we might be able to continue using this plan post COVID and when we return, because there's usually Wi-Fi everywhere. So essentially, the cost analysis is we're looking at saving about like $500 or $600 a year. We went some kind of estimate. I think I wrote it down actually, but it's a big chunk of change from cutting the plan to over 50%. Next, the internet bill. So I think that it's a really good time to go check into your plan. There's always different promotions going on. I found out, I was like happy and disappointed at the same time, that I was overpaying for less because there was a plan. So my service I was paying for was 300 speed. I forget if it's like megabytes per second or megabits, something like that, but it was a 300 speed, and I was paying $80 a month for the 300 speed. Turns out when I revisited this plan, I could pay $40 a month for 1,000 speed. So I was able to pay half the cost for over double the speed. And so I think it's a really good time for you to double check. Yeah, it's true you're not actually always going to get those speed levels, but it does put me in a tier that's able to get like higher access and stuff like that. So that's a really good way. One thing that I haven't utilized but would recommend for you is to go ahead and invest in a modem. Right now we rent it from AT&T, but if you had the money right now to spend so you don't have to rent the hardware, that would also reduce your cost. But so I was able to cut it in half and get higher speed internet. Yes. Okay, so the next thing, we currently paused our student loans. This seems like pretty drastic. If you follow Dave Ramsey, Asia Dang, you're like, oh my god, no, why would he do that? But luckily we are in a really good place with our student loans. I don't have student loans. Horton didn't have student loans from his undergrad, but we do have a pretty good chunk of student loans from his dental school program, and so we have been knocking that out aggressively. We are far ahead of our deadline in terms of like we've paid ahead, we've put big contributions whenever we were able to, and now we felt like with our financial situation changing, it would make sense to just pause for the time being, especially since there are a lot of forgiveness plans around government student loans. So we're currently not paying for them, but we are still ahead of plan for the payoff. Next, we have reduced alcohol consumption. This is also, for me specifically, for health reasons and health goals and fitness goals. But I have found that we, compared to the first half of the stay-at-home order to the second half of the stay-at-home order, the drinking behaviors and patterns have definitely changed. And so I am certainly drinking much less. Maybe once or twice a week I would enjoy like a half glass of wine, whereas before it might have been a few times a week, and so this is really less. I've been going on a few times a week where it would be just once a week on my cheat day, and that's really it. So that has significantly changed the cost for alcohol. Next, library books. I can't stress this enough. I love that you can get library books from your phone. The National Public Library, I can use the Libby app. I can read magazines from our or be digital and shoot them over to my iPad, which is a great experience because I can zoom in, I can click links, flip through the pages like you would a normal magazine. So library books, library magazines, they're all free, and I think that you would have a lot of luck finding in your local library as well. And so I shoot over digital library loans to my Kindle, and then I put it on airplane mode so I have more time to read it. Last two things, really straightforward, simple ways that I've reduced cost. I have made a really big effort on not buying clothes or very rarely buying makeup unless I am completely out of an item and then I need to replenish that item. But in the 2 months that we've been home, I haven't bought a single item until like I ran out of mascara. I wanted mascara, and so we're ordering that today. But other than that, I've just been making a strong effort to use things in my collection. In terms of clothes, like there's no reason to buy clothes, nobody's gonna see me. It would be nice to buy clothes to support small businesses and maybe like put you in a positive mindset and enjoy getting ready for the day, but that's just not something that I've prioritized myself. I feel like I can get that daily joy just by getting ready, put on some makeup, showering. So clothes isn't something that I'm focusing on at this time. And then the last thing is that we don't order, in the same vein of cooking at home and not getting takeout, we don't order coffee. We don't go and buy coffee from coffee shops or even do like coffee deliveries. We just make our own coffee. And for probably a year and a half now, 2 years, I've been just mainly like 90% of the time just drinking straight black coffee. So even if I were to order it out, I probably would get a black coffee. I'm just not partaking in any kind of special lattes right now. So the one thing that we did invest to help with reduction of cost is a bean grinder. So we got that from Amazon Basics and it was like $13. So we can get the most out of like very inexpensive beans. We normally just buy the cheapest ground coffee. Like we're not coffee snobs. We would buy like Dunkin' Donuts, pre-ground coffee, Seattle's Best. But now we're able to kind of take it a little bit to the next level with the fresh ground coffee and not feel like we're missing out from any kind of experience with having to order in. And yeah, so those are 10 ways that are painless, that we have not experienced any feelings of loss, that have helped, small ways have helped us save money during this time. And a lot of them I can see as continuing to continue practicing those strategies, like with Amazon Prime. We'll see how long we don't need that. Yeah, it's awesome. So I hope that some of these would help you. Let me know if you're trying any of these things, or if you have tips down below that you have found painless ways to reduce cost in your monthly expenses. Anyway, have a good day and thank you so much for watching. Bye.